So I went really long, really early, and like got like a 6 or 7 second gap. Like I know it's funny because you can feel, well, you know they're chasing you because they're all sprinting alongside you, but it was like a solid, like I was doing like 460 watts, but like it felt like really easy. It's just a shame I like mistimed it and ended up like eliminating myself by just playing a fool basically and just not kicking on down at descent. But I'm looking forward to the scratch race, the last race, which is obviously got 2 climbs on it. If I could do similar power there, fingers crossed I can do people proud. It's so weird though, like this format, the first one, the elimination, is basically all down to like sprints and like repetitive, you know, effort. It would even be a repetitive effort for me if I went, you know, and did that attack every lap. It's just a lot harder way of winning a race than waiting for the sprint. There's some big sprinting going on, but not very big numbers. You've got to be really like, it's funny how when you attack when there's people around, like you've got to do like a power creep, we used to call it. Just creep the power up and then just poof, finally go when you've caught them by surprise. I'm learning now and it's good fun so far.
The one thing that interested me was the fact that we weren't all on the same bikes in the game, and to me it was like, if we're not on the same bikes, why don't I just buy a faster bike with whatever I can afford on the drop store, and I'm only level 19, so what's the best I can get? And I just ended up buying the S-Works. Super quick, obviously, but I turned up and everyone else was on like Zwift Aeros and stuff. I was like, did anybody else think about this then? So much of my food that day was like just sugar. It was not good, to be honest. I ate a banana, a few bananas, I ate a couple of little mini malt loaf bars. I also had a number of little squares of flapjack. I also had some Haribo. I also had my Hobnob bars. I've still got one here, well, I've still got 3 here, which should see me the journey home. So yeah, it was a very sugary day yesterday. I need a detox day today. So after the second race, things started to get a little bit heated amongst a few competitors. As to be expected really, because when things out of your control start to happen, sometimes stuff hits the fan. In all seriousness, and this is my complete view on this, because it was a points run system, like the whole evening. So first race to the last race, it was all basically run on points. There's no point in racing or being part of the race if you're way out of contention because of points. My argument is, we are on live TV, we are racing for a national championship jersey, regardless of where you are in the standings, and we are there to be entertainment. We are there to be entertainment. People are watching at home, and if the race is not good enough, they will not watch it. So with us being projected onto BT Sport is all well and good, don't get me wrong. But the future of e-racing and the future of what we do could well have been dependent on what we did yesterday. The whole idea that we're not going to be part of the race because we're out of the race is rubbish. I wasn't in the race from the first race. Like, I got eliminated and I was out of it. I didn't score any points. In the next race, in the Volcano, I scored 5 points on a massive breakaway. Still, not a game changer, but if I'd won that last event, and, you know, say for argument's sake, you know, loads of people kind of finished in a weird position, and, you know, I could actually have moved up maybe to 5th place. You never know. Hence why the point system is there, because anything can happen. So my argument was like, we're here to be crowned national champions, or we're here to support people to become national champions. And for me to support Cam to become the British e-racing Zwift champ, I think I've got that the right way around, for me to support him is brilliant. And it was never meant to happen like that. You know, we never talked about it. We never talked about, you know, me pulling back brakes or me going for brakes. Never talked about it. It almost becomes instinctive when you've done it so often, and when you've practiced it lots, and you've done it out on the road, you've done it in races. You were in control. And you were in control. I said to Cam after the second race, I said, "You've got this now. You've got it." And lots of people around him were like, you know, well, I'm like, this last race is 18 kilometers, if that. There's only 2 efforts, basically. 2 big efforts. You're not going to get dropped in a 3-minute effort. You're just not. And I'm there as well. Not that it makes a difference, but I'm there as well. And then, you know, you've got momentum on your back now. You've got momentum on your back. So after the first race, it was kind of obvious that he got that sprint in him. You know, the last race was just like, it reminded me of the RAS, the Tour Island, the RAS. When I was riding for GLT Condor and we helped James Gullen win against an onslaught of Aussie riders, Team Australia. Cameron Meyer was actually racing that one, and he instigated the move through Skerries, which most people know is the last stage, and it's like 40k to go, and we literally shut it down. We shut it down. And the thing is with racing, like on the road, you just got to go flipping hard. You just got to go flipping hard and bring it back ASAP. It was very hard to do that day, but on Zwift, motivationally, it's very easy because you can see the guy, you can see the time gap, you just shut it down. Now, on 2 occasions, I shut down a Madison Genesis rider. That's no beef. I got no beef for them. No beef for them. No problems at all. It's bike racing. So, you know, the last race was just the fact that, you know, they were throwing everything at, you know, Cam, and I was just there kind of watching it happen, and it just wasn't possible to snap the elastic. And we went up the climb, and he was fine up the climb, just like I said he would be, because it's not even a climb, it's like 3 minutes long. By the time you're up it, you're over it, you know. So once we got up to the top of that, we did have a game plan that if, you know, I was alright on the last lap, I would have gone for it over the top of that last climb, but we're in a situation where it didn't need to happen. So I'm so thankful really for like the support of, you know, Wahoo, the support of even my road team for, you know, for allowing me to do this and pursue it. And of course, like Cycling Hub as well, like the guys over at Cycling Hub who are also with Cam as well, you know, they picked me up a few months ago and said, look, you know, do you want to race for us on Zwift? You know, and we can supply you with a kicker. And it was just like, I've always said, like, that gesture is why I'm here. A lot of you who know the channel, a lot of you that know me, you know it's horses for courses. I absolutely love that saying, because it's like you're only good at what you're good at. And I think for me to be national champion would have taken, you know, not a miracle, but I would definitely need to be a little bit heavier. I need to be kicking out maybe 300 more watts, and I need to be able to do that, you know, repeated. And some people are very gifted and they train very hard and their bodies adapt and they do very well at those efforts, in the same way that I can train extremely hard and be very good at 10 to 20 minute efforts going up massive climbs. It's horses for courses, and that's what I love about this game. That's what I love about cycling. That's just what I love about it.
Well, just like that, it's all over. Cam wins, I play a part in it. Happy days. The reality. Short 5-minute bike ride back to the hotel now. Commute back home tomorrow, it all begins all over again. But really, really worth it to see Cam become national Zwift champ.